Hey, I'm Sifu Marcus Lovemore. This is Transformational Fighting Arts Online. Today we're doing some of the basic concepts of how to generate power in your kicks, in your punches, but primarily in your punches. But first I'm going to go over what the basic concept of how every human body generates power. Because when it comes down to, we all have two arms, two legs, and a head. So realistically, the way we all generate power is the same, whether you're doing it in martial arts, whether you're doing it in sports, whether you're doing it in anything. So once you understand these two motions, you'll be able to do it in anything. It'll help your golf game, your football game, your basketball game, but specifically your punching. And without it, you punch like a pussy. So we're gonna show you this two concepts, right? First, you have to understand is that anything that you do with your shoulders, your hands, the power is not generated in your shoulders and your hands. This is what makes you look like you're a girl when you're hitting. This kind of punching, really, girl punching, the missing element is your rotational hip ability. So what does that mean? That means with the corresponding tool, let's say my right hand, that corresponding hip has to rotate through the plane of the target. That means if this hand is going to give energy towards you guys, this hip has to rotate through the plane where you are. Without it, I will not be able to generate any power up my arm, through my hand, into you. So that's what I'm going to teach you is two easy techniques to develop this rotational power, and so you don't really have to have any skill level to do this. It's a very beginning thing. So what I want you to do is get into some sort of boxing or martial arts stance, right? And you can even get into some sort of horse stance if you want, but I prefer some sort of three-quarter stance. Keep your hands up. So what I really want you to do is not focus on your arms so much. So I want you to pull them in kind of into your chest, but keep them up like you're guarded, right? And so the first movement I want you to do is I want you to rotate your shoulders and kick up your front heel and rotate. So now if you put out your arms again, you should be able to point down your arms in a perfectly straight line like I'm pointing at you. See? In a perfectly straight line like I'm pointing at you. So, and then I want you to pull your arms back and then rotate back to your on guard stance, your ready stance. You rotate. Now the big thing you want to see is see how my shoulders are perfectly lined up. You don't want to over rotate, okay? You see how my hip is in alignment with my shoulders, but what I did is I popped out my heel and the foot is up to help the hip rotate through. You get that? The hip is rotated up so that rotated through, but you hinge on that foot. You're still 50-50 in your stance. 50-50 in your stance, even though you're fully rotated. Your opponent is over there, and I'm rotated over here. Do you understand that? That fully rotates your shoulder and allows the power from your hip to rotate through. Do you understand? The second one, right? The second one that we're doing, okay, is we're going to rotate all the way through. All the way through. Okay? So it's as if you're hitting somebody with this hand and you're generating power. So you have to generate power through this hip all the way through your opponent. And you're the opponent right now. I'm standing in front of there. So you put your hands back and then you rotate. And then you rotate all the way through, looking, and then come all the way back. Look at my feet. See how they're hinging and allowing my hip to go through. And I'm standing up straight. My spine is straight. I'm not bending forward. You understand that? So you want to rotate all the way through. Then connect the two. You rotate, popping the heel, opening up the hip, lining up the shoulders, right? And then I want you to go all the way through, lining up the shoulders again, popping the hip, and coming up. Remember, keeping your torso straight. Boom, boom. Just like that. Boom, boom. Do 3 sets of 15 of that. Boom, boom, okay? When you learn how to do that, you'll understand all of your shots, straights, hooks, uppercuts, back fists, elbows. It's all the same hip motion. You get this hip motion, you get the core of all the martial arts. And then it doesn't matter, you're doing your claws, your whatever, your kooky, mogwai fist. I don't know what the hell you're doing. You can generate power, okay? Thank you very much. I'm Sifu Marcus Lovemore. This is Transformational Fighting Arts Online. If this was helpful, please go to the donate page. You can donate anything. It helps my students, all my scholarship students, and it helps me produce all of this free material. So thank you very much. You can get in contact with me at sifu@masterytrainingsystems.com. That's sifu@masterytrainingsystems.com. Or please leave a comment. Thank you very much. Bye.